guys. Well done.
If we sound like shit in the recording, you can like make it sound good, right?
You will sound very good because you sound very good. So don't worry about that. Holy shit.
My name is Justin. I do vocals.
My name's Nick. I do bass.
My name is Jacob, and I play the guitar.
And my name is Aaron, and I play drums.
You're watching the PERNcast.
Oh! In unison. Woo!
Yeah.
Tight.
My man's. Cool. All right. Guys, thank you for making the long trip from Maryland to come here. Much appreciated.
Thanks for having us.
How was the trip?
It was good.
It was a fun drive.
Good drive, almost 3 hours.
We always have a good drive up when we do these long trips.
Yeah.
We've had a couple by now, so.
I like the tour vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
Escalade? It's
That's all
badass.
Aaron.
Guilty, thank you.
Yeah, very
I
cool.
love the 6.0.
Yeah, how's that do on a long trip?
Oh, gas mileage is horrible right now.
I could imagine.
Yeah, prices are high. Yeah.
For everyone watching, and if you watch this down the road, this was filmed 2026 in March, so look up gas prices. Yeah, not good. So yeah, speaking of March, so pretty active month for Nullified. You guys have put out a new single.
Yeah.
How's it doing?
Yeah, Reflection. So we were really happy to release it. It's going to be the fourth of our fifth for the full EP. It's probably the most high energy song, I would say. One of the fastest tempo ones.
For sure.
It's usually our finale when we play a live set, and
Okay.
it kind of caps off everything well in a good crescendo. So yeah, we've been really happy about it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it when you play it later. Because you haven't played it yet.
Correct.
Exactly.
Keep the people guessing.
So how did what's the story with Nullified? How'd you guys meet? Are you a friend group first and a band second, or?
I think Aaron should start.
Yeah.
I should start.
He
Yeah,
was
we,
the origin of it all.
We kind of just met in different random ways. Like I found Justin at the gym. Justin knew Nick from mutual friends, and then we found Jake at Guitar Center. Lucky, just really random. He was
You always
riffing.
think that's gonna happen. You're gonna meet like a like-minded person at
Yeah.
Guitar Center,
Yep.
and I never in my life. Actually, I don't want to talk to anybody when I go there. So.
Exactly, and I never thought that would happen for us, but we got really lucky with the guitars that we got. So very happy
That's
that this
cool.
formed together. We've been playing now for almost like 4 years, roughly.
Sounds about
God,
right.
coming
Yeah.
on
4
Yeah,
years.
coming up on 4.
Well, okay.
Yeah. And it was a cool start because it wasn't like anybody knew each other too well. It was a chain of he knows him, he knows him, he knows him.
Yeah,
And it
cool.
kind of kept everything even field in terms of, and formed friendships since then. I'd
That's
say
cool.
pretty close with these guys at this point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We were playing that long together, but it took us quite a while to get all of the songs together, rehearsing, practicing, making sure we were happy with all the songs. We wanted to have like a set list ready to go for when we played shows. So it took us about like a year and a half before we even played.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering because
show, yeah.
I doing my research, your Instagram goes back to 23. So I'm thinking, okay, so they must have started somewhere around there. But I mean, as far as like real activity goes, I think last year was like the year, right, for
Yeah,
you guys?
started,
because pretty much all your releases, I think, are in 25. And
That's
then
right.
Yep.
a ton of shows. I mean, you guys have been playing a lot.
Yep.
What was the gap between, like say by start to 2025? Was that all what you were just talking about, like the get to know you, the writing?
A lot of shows filled up that time. After the initial one, we started just booking shows left and right. Like we just wanted to really play, and it took us a minute to figure out how to get all of the computer stuff handled, all the tracking, all the mixing, finding somebody that we wanted to mix, and then get all of our stuff compiled together. That probably was the longest process because we're all coming in pretty fresh to music. Like we all learned how to do this together.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this
This
your
is
first
my
band?
first band, yeah.
Yep.
I played with kids in high school, but it was never like write your own music level. It
Oh,
was
wow.
just garage
Yeah.
doing covers type
Yeah,
of thing.
pretty much.
So yeah,
That's wild. This is all of your first band. That's
Yeah.
pretty wild because you guys you sound pretty pro.
Appreciate
You know?
that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
First show we did was summer of 2023.
I was going to ask, when was
Yep.
the first show?
Yep. So it was Atlas City Brew Works in DC. Cool
Okay.
place, cool drinks.
Fun
Go to your
show.
local liquor store, and they have their beer there.
Yeah, they do.
And
good
I
beer.
think we got on because he's friends with the band, and they sort of brought us on. It's funny, we were the heaviest band there because it wasn't really that much of a metal show. I don't think they were kind of instrumental. I don't know if jazz is the right word, but more fusion stuff. And
Progressive, yeah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
that was a lot of fun. It was a great experience for our first show in terms of building confidence and getting momentum.
Yeah.
I want to say in 2023 we did 3 or 4 more, and then for 2024 there was just life was happening. Everybody had things going on. It was we were caught up in other stuff, and then we were able to reinvest back in the band, kind of with new energy. Because like Justin said, we figured out how to get the in-ear monitors working. We figured out how to get the modelers, and then in 2025 we've been going pretty heavy into
Yeah.
this year too. Yeah.
How's this year starting out so far compared to, how busy you were last year? Are you pretty much on the same trajectory as far as
I would say
calendars
so.
full and
It was a slower start, I would say, but definitely I think it's picking up for sure as of right now.
With intention though, like
Yeah.
we really wanted to maybe hold back on shows for just a hair because we were trying to work on wave 2 of music.
yeah, right, yeah. That's,
There's always a guess of how many times do you want to play the same venue with the same song?
Sure,
How
yeah.
appropriate is
Yep.
it to show the same audience? Is it every
sure.
couple months? It's good to go back. You don't want to have the same set every weekend. So.
true. How well, actually, we have a somewhat of a link as far as we've both played Eastern Pizzeria.
I saw you guys did that recently. Yeah,
But you guys played the 1 year anniversary show.
We did.
Fucking awesome clips I saw of everybody, and some of the homies are on there. Tempting the Tides, Vescent, Casual Cruelty, who are going to be on the show sometime soon.
Cool.
That looked like a really, really sick show, and that's a great place to play.
Was
Yeah, it was a fun show. Yeah.
How did that stand up to some of the others you've done?
packed in there like sardines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looked
tight.
wild.
When Aaron is usually the one who books the shows, and he'll let us know as he hears things. And he said pizzeria, and he said Easton, and both of those things made me nervous because I'm like, pizza's kind of random, and Easton, we're from Maryland, but we're from the other side of the bridge where there's Baltimore, Annapolis, and DC. It's a little busier,
Gotcha.
so I'm thinking like, the Eastern Shore, how many people are out there?
Right.
How much of a scene can it really have? But it doesn't really work like that because it's great. They have a lot of people who show up every show, and it's small, but it's a great environment. So
Yeah, really,
after
really.
we did our first show, we were like, this is awesome. And then as they were doing the vote for the anniversary, we really wanted to get ourselves back in there. We got our people voting.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
And over on Easton, I mean, people come from far and wide. People come from Salisbury, Delaware, just to see shows at Easton Pizzeria, which is awesome.
Yeah.
People travel over there,
Yeah.
which is a really cool thing to see.
Yeah, when I was talking to Tyler, John, Jeff on the we did a show with No Direction.
Yeah.
They were saying that bands from like Massachusetts were reaching out now. So like people are starting to get the word, and now they have multiple
Awesome.
venues to build to book out of. So it's very cool what they're doing for the scene. It's very it's great to see that.
Yeah,
And,
they're a great group of guys.
They truly
Great-
are. They're
great group of
really
guys.
just solid dudes, and just a bunch of knuckleheads like the rest of us. So it's like
Absolutely.
it's good company. It's very cool.
Harbinger, we have played the least.
So this one you're gonna nail with no problem.
Yeah.
Everything points to
What is the I always like to ask, like, from your perspective, what's the scene like for you guys in Maryland, or at least your pocket of Maryland? You're in more of a metro area, I guess. So,
I grew up in the metal scene in the whole Baltimore area.
Okay.
Like, there's so many places to play, and especially all like the smaller offbeat venues that you never even heard of. We played a lot of those places, and I was just realizing as much more time has gone on, how many bands are like coming through these places. And we're now following that trajectory. But I mean, for me, I grew up going to Soundstage. I grew up going to the Fillmore. I went to Metro Gallery. Went to Ram's Head. There's a great metal scene. Baltimore in Maryland has become like a hub. Like every single tour, there's without a doubt there's going to be a Maryland date there. It's quite a scene. It's quite a scene. I would love to get to the point playing those level venues, Auto Bar, Soundstage. It'd be fantastic. That's always been a vision in my head. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's no shortage. There's absolutely no shortage.
It's good to hear. I think it was, might have been Agony. No, they're from South Jersey. I can't remember who was on. We were talking about Delaware, but then they were saying there was like no scene. I think it was BXR. They were saying there was there's really no scene there. Delaware's a kind of a different animal as far as the state goes, and they were even speaking to that a little bit. But it's good that you guys have something, within reach with multiple venues and things like that, and that the scene is welcome there, because I mean, I think more than now than ever, than aggressive music is making a huge comeback right now.
For sure.
It's pretty hot, I think.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's almost like mainstream acceptable at this point right now, kind of like it was in like early 2000s, like late 90s.
Yeah.
So definitely a surge back. Was that when you guys came together? Was there like a mutual sort of agreement on like what you were all into, or what your sound was going to be?
We're kind of
That's a great question.
What was that
That's
like?
a great question.
Not to answer a question with a question, but I'm curious. I always ask for people's feedback. What do you think we sound like, and what genre or subgenre do we fit into? Because we're still struggling with that. We're still figuring that out.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a subjective, individual thing, right? Mm-hmm. When you ask me, for some reason, I don't like to ever tell someone, man, that reminds me of X band. Mm-hmm. I never really say that, because when I listen to a group, I always like to just go in open-minded. To me, I'm not glazing or anything. You guys sound like Nullified to me.
Hell yeah!
Like honestly,
yeah.
God, no, I swear.
And
I don't look for that. And most of the time when I say back in the day when I used to do that all the time, like, oh man, that sounds like Poison the Well or whatever. Like, shout out, new record, go get it. It's really good. No one ever like listens to the band I think they sound like anyway. It's always like, oh, who are they? I'll check them out. So, I always just like, I'm different. I'm not good at that game. Like you guys. I mean, you have a very. It's not like one sound for sure. I mean, Justin's your range, dude. Incredible.
Thanks.
Yeah, you have a great fry, guttural scream. You're you have a great range. So, I think that lends to. You guys sound pretty versatile. You got great riffage. You do the breakdowns, the chugs. You got great melodic, heartfelt kind of chords going in there, like hooks.
Yeah.
Very. I mean, if I was going to put a genre on it, I mean, maybe like a melodic metalcore, hardcore. I don't know.
That's kind of what we generally say. It's like a melodic mix of of a metalcore, hardcore, deathcore. It's really hard because every song we had an idea for that kind of morphed into something, then finish it and then round it out. We all had different backgrounds as far as like what metal we all liked and like what had the most influence on us. But it was also kind of a point that we all had talked about in the beginning, that we wanted to have something for everybody, and that's something that is kind of important to us and me, because if you don't have that specific genre, then no matter what direction you go in, nobody's gonna be pissed off. Like they were always doing this. They always had songs and things that sounded drastically different. And if you don't like this song, maybe you'll like that one, or maybe you like that one. You can't get the whole encompass of what we are from a single song. And that's been a staple for us, at least.
I think that's where as an artist, that's kind of like where you want to be, right? I mean, because otherwise you're always going to be chasing something, or like, well, it doesn't really sound like the last one, and we got to like lock in this sound. I think it's better that you have no no barriers or anything like that. You can just play whatever you want and whatever, that's what Nullified should be, right?
Yeah, we really did not want to put ourselves in a box. That's what we really didn't want to do. We wanted to keep ourselves broad enough where maybe people from different genres would be interested in checking us out.
Right, yeah.
So that we could get a larger range of people.
No, it's smart.
That's kind of the idea.
That way, when you're playing you're playing at a brewery or something with a jazz fusion band, it really doesn't fucking matter, right?
Exactly.
As long as I say it all the time, I'm just getting tired. I'm sure people are tired of me saying it, but as long as you're good, as long as you sound good and you play well live, no one's really gonna care what to call you or where you belong. I love mixed bills. I don't need to be on a bill with a bunch of other heavy groups or anything.
Speaking of that, we just played a show just last weekend, and it was very, very, very heavy bands, and I was like, guys, I don't know if we're in the right spot. But
Well,
I mean,
wait,
right,
heavier? In your
they
mind?
were much heavier. They were very, very heavy.
We can shout them out. We had
But-
Open Flesh Wound, right?
Yes.
They were more like brutal,
Paralyzer
like slam
and Put to
deathcore.
Pain.
Okay.
We're up in Lancaster, PA.
Yeah.
Awesome bands, great people.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
really great. Check them out.
Shout out.
Great
Yeah.
place, great venue, great people.
Yeah.
Fun.
But I was like going into it because we played second after watching the opening band. I was like, guys, we're gonna go from here to fucking here. Surprisingly, very well received. Very, very well received. I always liked having the diversified card. Also,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you never know what you're gonna see here.
I think there's reasons why you could exclude us from any given subgenre, right? There's reasons why a hardcore kid could be like, they're not hardcore, they're not deathcore. There's a reason why you could say we're not anything, but then there's also a little reason why you could say we do fit into anything. So, but like you said, flexibility and not going inside a box and really just having fun with it. We as we continue to write more music, we might have a more defined answer, because I think throughout the process we've been learning what the other guys do really well and what they like to do, and I've sort of changed my style a little bit, compared to just writing the riffs that I like to write. I now kind of write in mind of knowing that he likes to do something a certain way or he likes to do something a
that's
certain way.
cool.
We're all
Yeah.
sort of figuring out how to complement each other better, so that's exciting for us going forward for
For sure,
new music.
yeah. When you guys are writing, standard format guitar player usually brings a riff to the room, or there's something somewhat prepared, or maybe even a whole song, and then you kind of everyone does their portion. How does is your writing sort of like that, or do you guys like get in a room, no ideas, or maybe small idea and then build?
A little bit like that, but a little bit of everything. We kind of want to switch that up a little bit too. I don't want to do the full answer and have you guys give a share. Some things have been, I bring it to the table. I really like the idea of starting with the lyrics. I really like the idea of Justin knowing I want to say this, I want the song to have this vibe, and then me to try to write something that sort of matches or amplifies that atmosphere in
That's
terms
really
of giving
cool.
a feeling to
Yeah.
it. But it hasn't always been like that. It's been a little bit different. I'm curious what you guys think so far and going forward.
I have this terrible inability to play instruments. So then when but I can hear the entire song when I'm writing. I write constantly. I write pages and pages and pages of little snippets, sometimes from half of a song to a whole song to just an idea for this one specific spot. I can hear his part, I can hear Jake's part, I can hear the entire song. But I have to sit in a room and make noises at them until they can replicate what I'm hearing
Guitar
in my head.
and drum
Yes.
noises?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's a skill set.
And I mean, from the times that we've been able to do that, it comes together quite well. But I mean, there's times where he'll have a riff and he'll come into that, and then he'll start jamming, and then next thing you know, they got a half of the song right there.
Right, yeah.
Within the next minute and a half, done. It changes all the time. There's really no one solid form that we follow. Mm-hmm. It's just what happens.
Yeah.
And when we get together in the room, we have the in-ears, and he's playing something, he's jamming.
It just kind of comes naturally.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very cohesive. It's crazy how well, if you have chemistry, how easily it comes together.
Yeah, and that's the special part of when you find the right unit, like having the chemistry, in and out of the jam space is it's really hard to find. We've had a couple bands come through here and they've had lineup changes and and difficulties and things like that. But I mean, you could tell right away you guys have a solid vibe about you. I mean, when you watch each other play too, you're all looking at each other, little nods and smile. Like you're having a good time. You could see there's like a good like brotherhood here. So that's dope.
Absolutely.
I love hearing that.
Nice.
Can't wait to mix this. This is gonna be fun.
Cool.
It's gonna be a blast.
That one was called Earthbound.
Earthbound.
Yeah, that was ironically the code name that we had before it had a name, and then it just kind of stuck.
It worked.
Yep.
Worked with the lyrics that you wrote pretty much for it. Every song has a fake name until we show it to him and he names it for us.
Okay. That sounds familiar, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if we were weird like that, if that's a normal thing.
No, the single we just put out for a year was called Scissors.
Nice.
And it got published. Now it's called Fractured Soul. So
Yeah.
it happens. From a drummer's perspective, like, do you ever? A few episodes back, someone said, the drummer sometimes comes in and has an idea, and that sounded kind of strange to me because it's never been that way. Like the drummer comes in and you write around the drummer. You guys ever find that happening?
Most of the time, I think if that does happen, it's usually because he has something that he comes in with, and I'll play on top of that, and I'll be like, all right, dude, it'd be sick if I switched to this kind of beat, and then you fiddled with something on top. Yeah. Usually it works like that. I don't think that we've written anything where I come in specifically with drums. I know I've tossed ideas to you, but I don't think anything's really come straight out of it. Not like
yet.
that.
Yeah, not
Not
yet.
yet. Well, yeah, that door's never closed. So
It is cool, to be able to switch rhythms up or say like go to this part. From hearing from everybody, I think helps the process. And everyone's obviously gonna have a different perspective, and we were just talking about it before, but I'm sure everybody has a different favorite band or influences.
Sure.
Range.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine, right?
Our music taste is all over the place.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yeah.
all over.
What do we?
Yes.
Let's here, Justin, around the room. Like, what do you draw from?
So I have an insanely, completely going outside of metal, I have an insane range of music that I listen to, but if we're just talking metal specifically.
Don't have to be.
So I grew up hair bands, hair metal,
Sure,
all
okay.
that stuff. But then, Dad had the R&B side, Boys II Men, and all that good, great music. I'm big on lyrics, and I'm meaningful lyrics behind it. But going back into metal, when I started writing, I started writing about a lot of personal things, but I also tried to make it a little bit more vague for people to be relatable to. But then I was like, the maybe more specific you get, more play on words you can get, more double entendres, more smart words. I love smart lyrics. One of the best guys in rock that I listened to growing up a lot was this guy named the band Hinder, the original Hinder.
Okay. Yeah.
And the lines he has and what he talks about, not all of it, not verbatim, but I mean, he just has such smart lines. He's a great head. Relating back to metal itself and, personal problems, when I first discovered the band Boundaries, everything they are, how meaningful the lyrics are, how heavy the music is, the progression, the ups, the downs, what he talks about, all of it. I was like, if that's what music we can make, it would be that.
Okay.
But again, because of how many similarities I found with past writings I had, and then listening to his music, I was like, oh my God, like it's all there.
Yeah.
Love it.
I think
Love
everybody has that one band or artist that made them want to make music.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Something like that.
That's the thing. I've had desire to make music since I was a teenager. Just never had anybody
to do it with.
Yeah, we all didn't meet until middle COVID, mid COVID. I had several projects I started with other people, then it just completely fell through, and it was like took some time away, and then everything just kind of started falling together. Didn't know what I was doing, and then circumstance and everything came together. So I had long before had a desire to do music. I always wanted to be in the artistic side of the world.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you found your way because your contribution's pretty rad. So.
Thanks. I'm trying.
How about you, Nick? What's brought you to the dance?
I mean, yeah, going back to music taste, like my music taste is definitely all over the place. I'm a massive Deftones fan. Love Deftones.
Yeah, okay,
Very,
cool.
like,
Doesn't shut up about
rhythm.
I love
Very,
that. The new record was
phenomenal.
mind-blowing.
It's phenomenal.
It's great.
Yeah, I've just always been really big into like rhythm-driven music, heavier stuff. I like the like atmospheric type sounds that go on top of that. But aside from that, like I listen to Knocked Loose a lot, Turnstile, Boundaries, like Justin said, Incendiary. You mentioned Inclination earlier. Love them. They're a great band. Yeah. Jake, I know you're more into like the heavier stuff, the more you like Archspire too. Yeah, he loves Archspire.
They got a new album
Mathcore.
coming up, so that's going to be fun. Yeah, I would say I descended into music with unclean vocals, with kind of like the Warped Tour style metalcore. It was like A Day to Remember, Miss May I, Asking Alexandria, borderline scene kid in high school. And then I descended into deathcore farther from that, found out what a 7-string guitar was and thought it was awesome. So that was like a old school Chelsea Grin and Suicide Silence. I've always been curious, and I don't know if you guys have the same answer, but it's like as you start playing music, I think you listen to music a little differently than you did before. And playing guitar made me listen to music to kind of chase the anatomy of guitar playing a little bit more. So I was always into riff-centric, I guess I call it, music. Like August Burns Red, the Black Dahlia Murder. I hope it's not a polarizing answer because I know it's an acquired taste, but I'm a big Dance Gavin Dance fan. They always kind of look at me funny when I say that. They're like,
I like the Johnny years.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, but their vocalist John Mess, the unclean vocalist, does a lot of interesting things, and I would say their guitar player Will Swan, who's been through it, has been one of my favorite guitar players because it's very like I said, mentally stimulating in terms of all the funny guitar notes.
Yeah, they have a lot going on. They have a very, talk about unique sound. They have a very unique sound.
Yeah. So I would say compared to the other guys, I didn't really know what hardcore was or how that was distinguished as its own subgenre until I met them and kind of heard of their influences. I was always more metalcore, deathcore growing up.
Yeah, no, I share the same exact kind of upbringing. It was mostly, metalcore growing up. August Burns Red, Texas in July, any kind of stuff like that. My biggest band, my favorite band is O Sleeper for sure, without a doubt. Inclination was a huge one for me. Stuff like that, pretty much. I mean, I grew up not even really playing drums to metal. I grew up playing like worship music at church.
Oh, okay.
And jazz in college.
That has been pretty frequent. People have said, church band or something of the like. Actually, quite a few theater kids too have come through. Then that's where they got their start in performing. So
right,
yeah,
yeah. Before we really had a practice space, we were practicing at my church, which was really funny.
That's awesome.
So it was convenient enough, and they let us use it, so it was cool.
Funnily enough, to tie in church and metal, do you know? As I was doing my homework, or over the past couple of days, do you know what your Instagram follower count is today?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
666?
666. Yep. What's funny is I posted something about that yesterday, and then it went down 2. So it was like 664, and I was like, well, that sucks.
It's not as metal.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't comfortable with the numbers, and they left, and then
exactly.
But we'll be back once we cross it over again.
We're back now. We're at
Cool,
666.
Yeah, when I checked earlier today, when I was just tidying up my notes, I noticed I'm like, oh fuck yeah, it's metal.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
We've had people, when I talk to coworkers and friends who aren't really into the music, we would tell them we practice at the church, and they say, they let you do that? Are they sure that that's okay? Like, isn't it bad? And it's like, it's not anti-church music.
No, I mean,
it's
exactly.
You should hear some Christian metal. I mean, it's pretty heavy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
August Burns Red.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the like.
That helps a lot.
Tis a slow burn.
Probably a great idea. Cool. This always happens mid-set.
Yeah,
Mid-set.
Start stripping down. I'll get naked in here.
Might have to. It's getting hot.
It's getting a little moist.
Just ruined all the continuity though. We're taking your jacket off.
Oh no!
I wanted to take
Wait.
mine off, but I'm like,
Can't. Should I put it back on? I can put it
If you put it on during the chat part, it'll be funny because then like in the middle there'll be a song with no jacket, then you'll have a jacket.
Which one is teleporting?
I don't get how they did this.
green screen.
Uh.
All right, ready?
I am AI.
Something like that.
Let's take
You were mentioning, Justin. You were mentioning, you know, a lot of you draw a lot from personal stuff.
Oh, yes.
You know, for your lyrics and
yes.
things like that. What you don't have to go too deep, but like, what are you drawing from when you? Because I mean, when you perform, I've seen you're putting a lot into it, and you're there, you're in the moment. So like,
Yeah. So a lot of them. It's hard. It's hard to encompass exactly where it all comes from, because I'm trying to portray a message. Every song I want to have a mini story to it, and I've always had ideas for concept albums, but everything I just can never seem to have a continuation of something without it deviating in some type of way.
Mm-hmm.
So all of it has to do with either mental health, depression, sadness, anger, hate, betrayal, all of the negative emotions that people feel that just have absolutely no outlet, to nowhere to go, nowhere to turn, and a lot of people don't.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, even if they do have something, it's just sometimes people just can't convey what they are truly feeling inside, and I have that problem every single day. Like, I have this feeling, but I cannot put it into words exactly what it is, and no matter how much I try, no matter how many words I say, it will never be exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And,
you feel like you can't, or you don't want to just talk it out.
I feel like the more you talk it, so my brain is very weird. If I was able to speak as fast as all this runs, it would be 20 different things. Next thing you know, we'd be talking about trains.
I kind of know exactly what you mean. I mean, for me, I don't like discussing like anything really about, when I'm not
the hard stuff.
feeling. Yeah, like I even when I have a good day at work, my girlfriend will ask like, "Hey, how was your day today?" I'm just fine.
Yep.
Like, of course it sucks, because I don't want to bring that heavy shit on other people in that way. I'd rather just pick up my guitar and like do it.
And a lot of people have, and unfortunately, that's become a very mundane thing, is a very normalized thing, is that people have just become so shut down and not wanting to get any type of emotion out. So I'm hoping that in some way of me saying the right set of words to somebody that's going to mean something, to somebody that's going to help. And music has helped me for years. Years and years and years. And I know it's almost cliche to say now that people are like, oh, music saved my life. But I mean, you never know. I mean, you could say one set of words, one line, one stanza, one chorus that could have a lifelong impact on somebody. Mm-hmm. And it does work. Has for me.
No, it definitely works. I mean, like, nothing puts me in a good mood like putting on my favorite good mood music,
Mm-hmm.
like, especially when like I just need to like go in my truck and go for a ride or something and like put something on, and like it really just brings you back, down to earth, and like just changes. It could change your whole mood.
Exactly.
And the words speak to you, whatever, or like a certain melody, like
yes,
gives you the feels.
Some things just click. I mean, even from the instrumentals itself, it doesn't even have to be that. Just something in it makes you feel some type of way. It scratches that itch.
On the same subject, when you guys are writing and when you're coming up with music, with the stuff for your songs, who are you writing for mostly? Do you have like crowd participation in mind, or like this will get the place moving, or are you writing for yourselves most of the time and it just kind of happens?
With these first ones, I don't think we had that nearly as much in mind, but as we do now, we have definitely changed some of these songs from the original version to get more crowd participation in the future, because like these were all V4, V5, V6. That were like, we need to think about that, and I feel like from here on, I feel like that's gonna be a big aspect of our writing.
Yeah, our future stuff that we've been writing right now has gotten a lot more crowd participation oriented. Like, we're definitely thinking about that kind of stuff going forward. Yeah,
we had been to shows before we played shows, but it's not until you start playing shows where you're thinking about those things. We were very much like, oh, this is fun to play, this is a cool sounding riff, but doing it with more purpose absolutely is something we're learning to do.
Actually, was it you before where you were saying you were talking about nerves, just and playing live and stuff?
Yeah.
do you get, you're writing, you're kind of like putting your stuff out there and your lyrics and stuff. Is playing on stage therapeutic for you? Is it a bunch of anxiety until you're done? Like what's playing live like for you guys?
For me, it's therapeutic for sure, without a doubt. I've been playing shows since I was 10 at my church, pretty much. Like I kind of, as soon as I started playing drums, they were like, "Oh yeah, start playing in front of like 300 people," and I'm like, "Oh wow, all right, cool." I guess you could say that, but yeah, I mean, I played in some cover bands here and there at some random local bars and stuff. So, but playing music in front of people, something about that is just so therapeutic for me. Like, I love it, and I feed off of other people's interactions. Like, I will play better when I see people move into our music, without a doubt.
For sure.
Yeah, it does something to you when you're up there.
Yeah.
I would say by the time our like 8th or 9th show came along, I stopped being nervous about like, am I going to do well? Is the crowd going to like it? I think once you've done it 10 times, it kind of starts to click.
Yep.
And we knew that we were tight as a unit, and it was good. For me, it's just that I feel like, at a show, I can't like get food or drink beer or screw around too much. I don't like to get in the mosh pit before we play. I like to save all my energy until we're done. Mm-hmm. And from a time management set point, like, we have to show up before doors to do load in.
Right.
And it just feels like there's so much time, and it's like, what do I do with myself until we play? Mm-hmm. So it's just like a time management. I don't know how to sit still or what to do, but I absolutely feed off the energy. It's been a great way, It's a good icebreaker being in the band. I don't think I'm the type of personality where I want to be like, I'm in the band and have people think I'm cool about it, but it adds something to talk about. It gives people a reason to approach me to talk about something, whereas if you just go to a show as a person there, everybody's kind of at the show and you still meet people, but it's a great way of meeting and connecting to people, and being in one of the bands adds an extra level to that, I would say.
Yeah. Helps the unsocial be social a little
bit.
It
eases my nerves,
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it kind of depends per show. Like the first show we ever played, I was so nervous, but I mean, since then, most of them, you just kind of go up there. It's definitely therapeutic. Yeah. I mean, so occasionally you'll have some nerves before a show, and like Jake was saying, like it's a lot of it is time management, trying to figure out like what to do before a show. Because sometimes you might be playing third or fourth. Yeah, you're sitting around for 3 hours.
You're checking in at 4 and playing at 10.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just how to fill that time, and sometimes, I guess it'll be a little nerve wracking, but for the most part, it's just on autopilot when you're on stage and just having fun with it. And
those nerves are also like excitement too.
For sure.
It's not like all anxiety. There's also like, it's probably more excitement than anything.
For sure.
And you find it, for me, it comes at like weird times too. Like, I was just joking about checking in at 4 and playing at 10, but a few weeks ago, me and my guys checked in at 3 and we had to go on at 10.
Yeah, it literally happens. Yeah, no, you're not exaggerating. Yeah.
And the first band goes on and there's a ton of people there, and like, you're getting jazzed up and you're ready to go. And then like 7 bands in, or 6 bands in, you're like halfway through almost, and you're like, or even a little bit more, and you're just like, all right, man, I just want to play and go home now.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough. Yeah. But then the 9th band's on, and everyone's still kind of awake and they're into it, and you're like, oh man, I'm back in it, let's go. And you're doing exercises in the back and you're getting ready, and it's just funny. It just comes in waves.
It does.
But especially when you're sitting around for 7 hours, waiting to go on for 15 minutes, which was the case that day. But yeah, it's funny. There's nothing like playing live though, man. It's so fun. Like,
absolutely.
And you'll wait around for hours to get 30 minutes just to go do your thing. I don't know. It's hard to people who aren't into it. You can't put it into words like what it's like. As soon as you get up there, it's like all the shit beforehand is so worth it.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Then,
all the shit ahead of it. Packing up and going home. And not getting sleep and going to work the next day.
20 minutes for a set when it takes up your whole day and screws your sleep up for the next day. But it's makes your week. Yeah.
It's worth it.
My body has this terrible habit of about 2 minutes right before we go on set, my entire mouth and throat completely dries out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Every time. Be fine the entire time. The moment you get ready to get on, doing sound check, gone. Done.
But what?
Pain in the ass.
He hides it well. You don't notice that hearing it.
Yeah, you wouldn't know. But in a few minutes, into when things get rolling, you're in it, right? You're back.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I unfortunately go into this autopilot. I don't know how or why, but like I can't. I know all the songs now, and I know all the spots, and I listen for spots and cues, but I look and I want the crowd interaction, and I want people to see I'm having a good time.
Well,
like, that's the best part.
You have the hardest job.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you
sure.
you can't step back, you know, and I mean, you're the focal point pretty much the entire time.
Yeah.
And when the music's not playing, you have to entertain everyone while he's tuning,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or while he, you know, if he broke a stick or whatever, you know, like you always have to be on.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that's an extra set of nerves that, you know, even I don't understand. Yeah. I lean on Matt, our singer, to do that. Yeah. What is that like, you know, for you? I mean, do you like the time in between the songs? Like, do you ever think about that when?
I see. That's the thing. I think about it, and I have it before we go on every single time. And the moment it happens, gone.
You're not the first person
It
to say
happens
that
to me
too.
every time. No matter how comfortable we are with the songs, no matter how good it seems to be going, when there's a blank spot, I had things in my head I was gonna say before. I was like, well, this will be this one. Oh, maybe I'll try this new something here, or I'll talk about this. It's today, or you know, it's Friday the 13th.
Right.
Let's do that, and gone.
He's being humble. I think he's grown a lot because that's something that you can't practice. Like we practice our songs, but it's not until we've done a show. So from the very first show we've ever done to now, I think the stage presence and commanding the crowd is something he's got comfortable with. He's just humble.
I know you could see it when he's performing for sure. I mean, and also, if you perform like in between song banter and stuff, it's gonna come off as not genuine. Mm-hmm. You know, it's
Yeah,
gonna,
sure.
You know, I mean, unless you're like a good stand-up comedian or something,
right?
You're good at that stuff. But I mean, that stuff you just, I mean, the guy, you know, whatever you had planned might not match the crowd that night or something like that. So yeah, you don't.
Right.
I don't think the way to go is to like. You might have an idea or something, but you don't want a bit or something when you go up there, right?
Yeah.
Bullet
Right.
points.
Kind of got to feel
Just want
it.
bullet
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We're working on our improv comedy though. Maybe we'll do that eventually.
I'm here for it.
I'm
wanna see
lying.
it.
We're not. Don't count on
Jake's
that.
pretty funny.
I'm a fun guy.
So that's the one you were maybe not gonna play.
Yeah.
That song fucking rips. Thank you for playing. That was fun. In the beginning, we were talking about how busy last year was. But aside from what was the one you just did in March? What's that song? The single.
Reflections.
Besides Reflections, was it 4 singles you did?
That's our
last year?
4th so far. We have the 5th in the chamber.
Oh
ready
yeah.
to
Okay.
go.
Wait. So
3 last
Walk
year.
Away, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Earthbound.
Yep.
And Psychogenic.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, February, June, and December. So good drop schedule. You know, like pretty, almost like one over each quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty steadily. Like, what's the recording process like for you guys? Was it like one at a time you recorded them and dropped them, or did you kind of like have some in the can?
Yeah, so basically we recorded everything on our own, and these 5 songs that were a part of the EP were more or less the 5 first songs that we wrote that we started with, and we always kind of knew we wanted them to be the EP packaged up, but we kind of kicked the tires on a bunch of different options, different people in terms of, are we going to record it in the studio, or are we going to record it on our own and have it mixed with this guy? And certain things seemed feasible and fell through and back and forth. So part of the delay was just making sure all of the recordings were good. We didn't have all the songs done, lined up, and then schedule the drops, which I think going forward we might try to do that a little bit better. We had some road bumps along the way. I don't know if you want to shout our guy David out, who did our mix. Justin, we met him through Justin.
David Duber Hicks, my man. He gave us a fantastic deal. I met him at a show. My wife and I had met him at Chaos and Carnage. I can't remember if it was 2022 or one of them. He goes on tour. He does all types of stuff with different bands. He goes on tours with bands. He's actually now the new permanent drummer for Carcosa.
Okay.
We had met him. He was doing merch for Signs of the Swarm at Chaos and Carnage. My wife had started talking with him, and they became friends, and then we became friends. And every time he came around, he hooked us up. We always wanted to see, hang out and see each other and go to shows. Every time he was in Baltimore, and then eventually turned into, he's like, hey, I can do mixing, and you just send me the stems. And then we had to figure out how to do all that professionally because
That was a process.
tracking was very difficult for us. We had to figure out how to do live drums. We had to figure out how to get everything with tones right. We had
That was a
you huge transition
Was
for
all the
just being a
tracking
garage band.
DIY? You guys
Yep.
did your own tracking?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was a longer process than I think we wanted for it to take, and we just trialed and errored a ton of stuff, and a lot of stuff, like Jake said, fell through for us, which it is what it is. It just took longer than we wanted.
learning curve.
Do you have like a formula now that you?
I think
kinda have it
moving
down?
forward, yeah.
Moving forward, yeah, we're
much
definitely going to
tighter.
have something better
Yeah.
What
than
do
the
you-
last time.
What was the like? Did you track live drums?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
How was that?
It went well enough.
It went great. He did great.
Most of the time is in the prep work, I assume. With
Yeah.
with the mics and.
Yeah.
That was the hardest part of it was finding a decent place to do it because we were gonna go through somebody and it just never ended up happening. It was just
Studios are expensive.
tracking.
Oh, yeah.
drums
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
very
I'm sure you
expensive.
do.
Real
Yeah.
expensive.
Yeah. No, this hobby doesn't pay.
No. But going forward, I don't know if it's too ambitious to say EP number 2 would be out this year. We talked about, do we want to do an album? I think we all like to listen to music by the album.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great when you can just put something on for 40, 45 minutes. But as a smaller band, if we're trying to build fans or get attention, or if our writing process is changing so much from one song to the 5th song that we do, I think we're kind of probably going to do another EP. And we more or less have the ideas and stuff lined up, but we don't want to be in a position again where we're tracking, mixing, releasing, tracking
Right.
again, mixing, releasing. We're going to have everything ready to go and be a little bit smarter with waterfalling it out and hopefully promoting it along the process, because you don't just want to shout into the ether and then nobody hears it. We
100%.
want to connect to people.
Yeah,
So.
especially at like our level, the local band level. Like we're in these are the formative years for our group, for our stuff. So like now's the most important time to like do the smart marketing and hitting socials hard, but doing it the right way. Like there's a bunch of vultures and predators out there that
Yeah.
want to I'll get you a bunch of Spotify listeners and all this
Yeah.
other bullshit. But you really can use there's so many more tools now. You guys are coming. It's cool that this is your first band. I've been in bands since I'm old, but I've been in bands for a long time, and we didn't have all these cool tools that we do now. DIY recording was fucking terrible back in the day. You know,
Right.
it was usually like a tape recorder in the middle of a room. We didn't have like access to everything we do now with, just, I mean, if you have a MacBook and a 2-channel interface, you could pretty much make a record now.
Yeah.
And then all the socials, all the ways to get to, your music out there. Like, how are you guys planning going forward, or even how do you do it now? Like, what's your strategy like with, leveraging all of that stuff that we have now?
That's a great question, and we need a better answer to it than I think we can give you right now. It's not meant to sound like we feel sorry for ourselves, because it's a great time, like you said, compared to before. But I think the way the algorithm works is you kind of need to be successful right off the bat, because if you're not, it puts you on the back burner.
Sure.
So maybe the old school style of building up slow steps doesn't happen as easily because of that.
Yep.
So, I mean, we've been releasing and posting, but in terms of any type of marketing or playlist placement or anything else you can do, I think that's kind of the next step in the journey of figuring out how to put ourselves out there, because we've figured out the gear like we talked about. We figured out the writing process like we talked about. So that's the... Do you guys have a better answer than I do?
Consistency is going to
Yeah.
be a big thing for us,
Yeah.
because I mean we are in a day and age now where if you
Gotta
don't
be
catch somebody's
relevant.
attention within literally 2 seconds, you're gone.
Yep.
You're swiped
Yeah.
away. And honestly, at this point, with the creativity that people are coming up with for all these different snippet videos, because I mean, if there's no point to even waste any more time on a content video than 30 seconds, because people don't have
Yeah,
the
they're not
attention
going
span
to
like
buy
that
in
anymore.
for half a minute.
Yeah, unless you have a full music video that you're planning out releasing, just chop it up, and it's very hard to stay consistent, but it's also very hard to make good quality content. But I mean, time and time again, people say don't worry about the quality until the quantity is there quite yet, because I mean the whole point is getting eyes and ears. If you have a good product for people to listen to, then the rest will eventually follow. It's a tough game. It is a very, very tough game, because there's literally millions of people doing the exact same thing.
Yeah,
but a lot more people have a lot more time in their hands. They don't have people don't have quite enough time, or they can fight through their insomnia, and that's what they're doing when they're not sleeping. But
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
it's tough. It is tough when
Yeah,
you
it's-
have millions of things to be scrolling through.
Yeah, it's a saturated market for sure. I mean, the good and bad thing about especially heavy music kind of having its resurgence is there's a lot of bands.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of them. That's the funny thing about the scene now, different from like 15, 20 years ago when I was a kid playing. Everybody's good now.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like you go to a show, it's like everyone's fucking good.
Everybody knows what they're doing too.
Yeah.
There's no element of somebody in the industry is I'll sort this out for you and do it. Everybody knows what they're doing, and you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah, you really do. You got to be. I mean, you get the gears. I mean, you guys are doing all the right things. You get, the gears got to be right. You got to put a lot of time, and you got to not, think about how you're writing, and think about crowd participation. Think about like how people are going to react to this part. There's so much to it now, and yeah, every time you go to a show, it's like, oh man, I gotta follow that. Like, wow.
Yeah.
But then then also you're like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna follow that.
There's a certain uniqueness that you're trying to hit that's just so hard to do, because there's so many different avenues that people have already gone down.
Right,
So
yeah.
what can we do that's going to be so different, that's going to be stand out from everybody else?
Yep.
We're gonna get on the PERNcast, and that's gonna
Damn
gonna
right.
blow us up.
I
Damn right.
want to offer something to the scene, so yeah, that's why this is here. So to help, like-minded artists to just give you a little jump or something. Like we got to help each other. One
Yeah.
of the things I wrote down was, when I asked about the scene, I forgot, was, is it more over there? Do you feel like it's more competition than community? Both?
I feel like maybe there's I think it's mostly good vibes. We've never dealt with anybody where it's like, oh, you're a jerk, you've left bad taste in my mouth. So if anybody is competitive, I think they're good at hiding it. Because we've never dealt with like a cutthroat aspect of it. I think everybody understands what's good. How does the saying go? Good for the goose, good for the gander type
Yeah,
of thing.
yep.
We all
Yeah.
know we're helping each other out, and we're better off with each other. So
That's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty much the same here. Like, and I said it on another show. Like, everybody, not only is every band like really good, everyone's cool. Like, everyone's super cool and helpful, and like, cab doesn't work, or like, hey man, you want to use my shit? Like, everybody's so like communal, more so than I remember
sure.
it being back in the day. So it's really rad. I mean, it's cool. It's hard I mean, I don't know about you guys. I mean, actually, you guys actually did it. So you find it different being an adult making new friends. It's not easy.
No,
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
Very
Definitely
different.
Outside of music, it's almost impossible. Like
I
for
agree
for
with
me,
that.
like I don't want to like if I'm not at a show or like in that social scene where I'm like comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty introverted.
The
wallflower.
people's mindsets of how appropriate it is to be approachable have changed. So nobody's really looking for that connection,
That's
and
true,
we're all
yeah.
kind of shut off from it. No, it's absolutely right.
Yeah. So we're still. I mean, as of this filming, we're still pretty early into 2026. We're only through one quarter of it, but I mean, what's the agenda like? What's going to take you through the rest of the year?
That's our booking agent's answer.
Yeah. I mean, we got a couple shows lined up. Not too many right now. We're just trying to fill out our summer calendar, maybe on the back half, like fall, winter. Yeah. So if anybody's watching this and wants to book us, you
Book
can hit us
Nullified.
up. Yeah, you can hit us up on our Instagram. Yeah. Other than that, I mean, we're going to be writing a lot. We got a month off, I think, or roughly 2 months off
and a half,
until our
yeah.
next show, almost, which is unannounced yet. Don't know when that will come out, but yeah. So we're going to be writing a lot. We're definitely going into that show with new material, probably a new merch design,
Nice.
some other stuff like that. I mean, we're just kind of taking it as we go.
Yeah.
Right now, yeah, with little plans. That is.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Any big goals, like nothing with like a date on it, but like really want to like play this venue or open for this regional act or national act? I mean, is there anything like you guys have targeted specifically? It doesn't have to have an expiration date, but is there anything?
There's a couple things we've reached out for, but I haven't heard anything yet. I don't think I can. I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
No, you
them
don't have to say.
out loud. Yeah. I'm
But
not
I
sure.
mean, is it like you want to play at a like?
yeah, it'd
a
be
certain
like
venue or-
some stuff in Baltimore. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Big
I don't know.
goals,
Yeah,
whatever
big
you wanna
goals.
call 'em.
Definitely big goals, but I'm not sure if it's up in the air.
Yeah.
We've
It's
had a
that kind of stuff.
couple shows where it was a touring band, but it was maybe a DIY tour, but being on more of an undercard for an actual national act type of thing would be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We don't really turn down opportunities. There hasn't been something that's come across our plate yet that we've said, no, we don't want to do that. So
Yeah.
anything that's along the way part of the process.
Strictly availability problems is really the biggest reason.
Sure. Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Comes back to the adult thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough, but I mean, you were just saying you kind of take every opportunity when you can. I mean, that's at this level, you have to.
Yeah,
You know?
best ability is availability.
And the
though.
other thing
Yeah.
is we
They like
enjoy
to say.
doing that. We enjoy
Yeah.
taking every possibility that we can take.
Yep. That's what helps. That's what keeps you moving forward.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, I mean, definitely everybody out there, keep an eye on Nullified. Going to have new music coming out. Probably going to be playing a show near you if you're in the Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and tri-state area of New Jersey, New York, Philly. I mean, all these places. You're not far. You're about 3-4 hours from a lot of metro areas. You got a lot of opportunity. You guys sound fucking incredible.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
For the songs we haven't played yet.
for the
Yeah,
music.
how do you know?
At this point, you've probably heard 3 songs. They're in there somewhere.
Okay.
But you guys, I was blown away. When you did play. Yes, they played. Spoiler. But I don't know. I think you're the first band that I hit us up organically to be on the show. Everybody else, we kind of had some sort of recommendation, or we already knew them, or they were a friend. So Aaron, you were the first person kind of like cold, just hit us up. Hey, I heard you have a podcast.
Oh, awesome.
Love to come on. And
That's cool, yeah.
I looked you
Yeah.
up pretty much immediately after I saw the email. I was like, oh yeah, absolutely. So
Cool.
Absolutely. I'm really glad you guys made the trek down here. I know it's not easy, getting everybody together.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. This
Yes,
is
sir.
huge for us.
Thank you.
He's a cool guy, regardless of the podcast. And,
Yeah, he's a
the
great
lights
guy.
and mirrors. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
You guys are all awesome. So, everybody keep an eye on them. Where can they find you? All platforms.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple
streaming
Music,
platform.
Spotify.
Yep.
Hit them up on
YouTube.
Instagram, Nullified_MD.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that sounds
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for rocking the place, and all the best to you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not the bud that's broke. Yeah.
The
Yeah,
what?
if you can get the wire.
The bud.
I'm I'm not sure.
Depending on what's not working.
Yeah,
Whether it's your.
I'm also.
This box.
Yeah,
How
like $50.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
what was in these? I mean, how much are these?
$50.
Okay,
I got them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like this
Okay.
one thing,
One whole
buds
thing,
and wire.
$50.
Okay, that's not good.
$50.
Yeah.
Those ones
Mine
were.
were like 90.
Yours were more expensive. Yeah.
Why?
But they sell $400
Because he got Schur's. He got really nice Schur ones.
You can get custom ones molded to your ear too, and they're like
$1,000.
grands.
Yeah.
Grands.
Mine were 800.
Yeah.
They weren't worth 800. I'll tell you that.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's like a used Hyundai.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah,
A really nice one.
I'd rather you have the Hyundai.
Yeah. All right, rolling, hot, and live, and all that stuff. Nullified in the house. What's up, guys?
How we doing?
What's up?
Welcome into the PERNcast.